Welcome back to the Krabby Club podcast. My name is Rada Victory, and today we're going to be talking about some interesting Netflix shows. I've been watching these shows for a while. Now, I don't know when they were released, but I can already tell you I've been rewatching these because I love the way it's made. I love the topics they talk about, and I know there's some people that hate these whole Netflix show documentaries, especially the anime one. Like, it's just entertainment, like, you don't have to take it so seriously. If you know what I'm talking about when I said that a few sentences or statements, whatever, you probably know what YouTuber I was kind of trying to reference during that sentence. I enjoy his content, but I don't always agree with everything he says. Mostly because Angry Video Game Nerd does it well, but it doesn't work with everything, like hating everything or just trashing everything. Yeah, SEO sucks, but come on. If it got people into anime, who the frick cares? I give my friend a lot of shit for it, like, SEO is bad, but that's because I'm trolling it. He knows I keep watching it. Like, one of my favorite scenes is when he's finding the gleam eyes. Like, that's pretty awesome. And also, even though it's not a really good show, people still end up watching, so don't give him shit for it. I really don't care, so I don't think you should care either. It's kind of like the whole sub or dub situation. Like, who gives a shit? Like, whatever. You're watching it. I don't care. And then the manga thing, like, yeah, there are good things and bad things. Yeah, I love the story in the manga, but if there's an action sequence, I'd rather see it animated, baby. I want to see that thing go and flow. Like, kind of like the... which scene was it? It was... Well, technically the All Might versus All for One or All... I don't know. Freaking... Why do you name the villain this kind of like the same as your superpower? It's kind of stupid, but whatever. Not my issue. I didn't make it. But that whole fight with All Might and stuff, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. So, hey, there's cons, pros, and whatever. So, this thing, I'm not talking about the Netflix anime thing. I've only seen it once. It's decent. I wouldn't rewatch it, mostly because why, when I've already seen the shows and there isn't really anything I care about. So I really haven't rewatched most of the Netflix originals like Baki and stuff. I only see when the new episodes come out, stuff like that. I usually never rewatch except if it's Psyche K. I've seen that who knows how many times. So the things I want to talk about is the toys that made us and the movies that made us. Now, first of all, I wasn't raised with these movies when they were released. I was raised with them being, broadcasted over and over on TV. Kind of like the toys. I knew about the shows. I really didn't have those toys when I was a kid, and they weren't really popular by the time I was there. I mean, early 2000s, the 4Kids TMNT release. I love that show. I love it. But I really didn't have any of the toys or anything like that. I didn't really have any Power Rangers toys. I have to see which episodes. I know there was... but I did see the TV shows like He-Man. He-Man wasn't amazing, but it was good. Star Wars wasn't really my thing, but the thing is, what they're doing during those shows is that I love the two topics, the toys and history. I love learning about new things. So even though I don't like the topic, I do love learning. So Star Wars. I'm not a really big Star Wars fan. It's just Space Wizards, so not really my style. So Star Wars, not my thing, but I love learning and what they did. So learning about the toys and all that was amazing. That was season 1. Barbie, I don't think I saw the episode, but I might go watch it. Not really sure. not really my thing. Even though I love history, I sometimes just can't stand and listen to it sometimes. He-Man was also really enjoyable. I love the show, and I didn't see any of the remakes. I didn't see the Cartoon Network remake or anything like that, but I did see the original when that was being rebroadcasted onto TV, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So knowing about the toys and how much money it made them, oh damn, that was pretty awesome. My favorite episode of them all, I think, has to be the G.I. Joe one. When I especially love when they tell us that when they were trying to bring back G.I. Joe, one of the CEOs says that I have to go see my father. And the thing is, you have to go see it to know the way it's done, to get the feel and everything. But they're like, his father, but his father has been dead. And they're like, oh my god. He left to tell his father that they were bringing back G.I. Joe, and they were bringing back the thing that made them, practically, or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen this episode, but I love the way it was done, especially that scene. I recommend just to see them. There's more information that I'm like, I mean, they're 41 minutes each one. Each episode's like a documentary long. So I'm just telling you the parts I enjoyed. Next one was Star Trek. I'm not a really big Star Trek fan at all. I really don't care at all. But I did watch this back then, and you know, it was cool. Knowing how they screwed up with when the movie releases were happening, when Star Wars was famous. You know, like they released a good Star Trek movie, but no toys. But a bad Star Trek movie, but with toys. That was pretty funny. Transformers. The Transformers episode was also interesting because I grew up watching a lot of Transformers, and I enjoyed the whole robot thing. And Michael Bay movies weren't too bad. I mean, there's bad ones, but hey, it still has giant robots, and some of them giant dinosaur robots or giant dragon robots. So that was pretty cool. Next one was Lego. I love the Lego one as well. If I would put G.I. Joe or Lego, I kind of would say Lego above G.I. Joe, but they're like right next to each other, like touching by millimeters. Like, it's also amazingly done, and I love that episode as well. Next one is Hello Kitty. Didn't see that one, but the Lego one I recommend if you want to know about the Lego history. I know few YouTubers have done it, but this one, they have a YouTube budget, so anything they can get their hands on or anything they can do. But they had more of a budget, and I say, if you don't have Netflix, just go watch the YouTube version. I know there's someone that made an animated one, but the Lego one done by them, by Netflix, was amazingly done as well. I wish they released more. Season 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with a few of the shows, not all of them. Mostly, Turtles Forever, that movie was good. And a few other, and mostly the entire 4Kids series, like the Lost Episodes, Back to the Future, Back to the Sewer, and I was trying to sing the theme song, but I was like, nah, screw it. I loved it. So, and then knowing the story and what they did at the very ending, reunite the creators, that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure they did that maybe just for the documentary, or maybe it was the first time they saw each other after all this time. So, that is pretty awesome. And yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I grew up rewatching the original, but yes, I didn't have any of the Power Rangers toys. I grew up with, even though I saw the original, I saw Lost Galaxy, In Space, Rescue Rangers, and I mostly grew up with the Disney one. So not RPM. I didn't get to see that one. Mystic Force, Dino Thunder, hell yeah. Ninja Storm, good. Also good. And SPD Emergency, also amazing. Overdrive, not really. I mean, I saw the entire thing. The one show I got to see every episode of was Mystic Force, except the final finale. And after that, I never got to rewatch it. There was literally no like, hey, we're relaunching the hour-long special. Nope, never got to see it. Well, that one day, I told my parents I want to see the final episode. They stopped me from watching it because they're like, oh, you come and do this. And I was like, never got to see it. And until today, all I know was that they got their powers back and defeated the evil. But I never have seen the actual final episode. I think Ninja Storm I saw a lot of, but Jungle Fury. That's another good one. Some of the Disney ones are pretty awesome. Next two I haven't seen. I really don't care for wrestling. My Little Pony, of course I'm not gonna watch it. And yeah, those two I never saw. And yeah, but Mighty Morphin, pretty good, pretty damn good. But then the movies that made us. They only have one season with 4 episodes, and out of the 4 episodes I saw 3 because they're one of my favorite movies. But I didn't see the first one because I really don't care. I guess if you care, I guess good for you. I really don't care. Not my kind of movie. I don't like dancing, that's the tone I got from it. I really don't care for that. So yeah, first one is called Dirty Dancing. Okay, don't give a shit. Sorry. Next one, Home Alone, one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love it. Every kid wanted to be that kid. I technically was that kid. I mean, I didn't have robbers, but I did make traps and stuff like that at home because I lived at a trailer and all around us practically forest or just fields. So I had as much possible space to do anything I wanted. I made tree houses, I made traps, I made all this stuff. And mostly half the time they would work. And all my inventions usually would not get the light of day. It's because I would always forget and never complete it. Or I was missing one more part before completing it. And yeah, so it was good. I mean, Home Alone is amazing. I love the little facts they told us, how the movie came to be, all this about John Hughes. It was amazing. John Candy. The whole the extra that the pizza boy got paid more than he did. That was pretty funny. So next one is Ghostbusters. I enjoyed that one too. Ghostbusters is amazing, and I can't wait for the newest movie. And you're probably gonna say, no, it wasn't the whole female cast. I never saw it. I never cared for it. It's just, by that time I wasn't really into Ghostbusters as much. So there was ups and lows about Ghostbusters. It's cool, but not always cool. Something like that. I can't really explain it. I really didn't care for watching the movie. You're probably, a whole female cast? I was like, no, not really. It's just like, I don't care. That's it. Sometimes, it's just sometimes I really don't care. Even though I consider Independence Day one of my favorite movies of all time, I could care less about the second one. I saw the second one, and oh my god, I got bored in the first few minutes. I was like, I'm done with this. And also, they kill off Will Smith. I'm like, what the frick? That was practically the best part in the movie with Jeff Goldblum. You just ruined the movie. I'm like, I don't care. So there were a few mistakes. You're probably, no, I didn't really care about the whole female cast. I probably would have still watched it. I just didn't care at the time. Mostly because I was more into anime, a lot of animated films and all that kind of stuff. And also I was doing a lot of gaming content, so I really didn't care for anything movie related. Or anything that was mostly coming out at that time. So, in final episode, Die Hard. Oh my god. Die Hard, I haven't seen every single movie, but I consider one of my favorite. My favorite Die Hard one was the one with Samuel L. Jackson. I think. Yeah, was it the one with Samuel in it? I think it was, or if it was even him. I'm sorry if I just screwed up some other actor that was probably in the movie, but that was my favorite, probably because that movie kept getting like reshown like over and over and over and over. For who knows how long. You probably see that movie like more than 4 times a week or even 2 times a day. So for me to like see it, it's kind of like the Black Cauldron movie. Like back then during Toon Disney, when they do their animated films and all that. And Black Cauldron is one of my favorites. And you're probably, wait, what? Yeah, it had to be one of my favorites because I had to watch that. They re-showed that movie who knows how many times a week. And every time it would be like, oh, it's time for Power Rangers or Digimon or Beyblade. Click on it, it was like Black Cauldron. Okay, I guess I'm gonna watch it. Because I only had a limited amount of time to watch TV. And if I didn't watch it, and if I skipped something, I'll probably miss it. And also, I wasn't gonna be able to watch it later on because my dad would be watching. And so, yeah, that happened. It's like Treasure Planet. I really enjoyed the concept. I love that movie as well. I wish I had some concept art or maybe even a poster. If I would place a scale, Treasure Planet is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I enjoy it. I enjoy the premise, and people that hate it, well, screw you. You have bad taste. So, Die Hard. I haven't seen I don't remember watching the original, but I have seen it. I haven't seen it in almost 20 years. Probably 15, 20 years. But it's one of my favorite movies and also one of my favorite action Christmas movie, kind of. Like, I love the way the character was made. That's why I probably love the Fallen series. Like Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen. I love those movies. And once they release the trilogy on Blu-ray, I'm going to be on that in a sec. And also like Super 8, if anyone's seen that. That's also a pretty awesome movie that I should probably pick up. And yeah, Die Hard, also done well. I love all the little facts, how it was done, everything. Even how they casted Bruce Willis. Like, for the longest time, I thought Bruce Willis' actual name was John McClane. That's how much I didn't know and how much I loved it. I loved the movies. Like, this entire time, I thought his actual name was John McClane. I was like, dude, that name is so cool, John McClane. But no, his actual name was Bruce Willis. But hey, well, I remember his name more than I did Mel Gibson. I'm sorry. I enjoy some of your movies. Like, I really enjoyed the conspiracy theory. Decent movie, and also I wonder if it's been done before. You know, like if those things have happened in a real way, but not in Hollywood like action added to it. So yeah. That's all I had to talk about. You know, the Maida series on Netflix is done beautifully. And everything is done with passion. And there's a few things I haven't watched, like the documentary The Power of the Grayskull. They have amazing things on here. And I wish I could watch them all. You know, like not everyone has all the time of day. Me with streaming, it takes a while. But I think the next one I'm going to watch is The World's Most Extraordinary Homes. It just sounds pretty cool. You know, and who wouldn't want a home like that? Probably not me. It's just if the house is too big, I kind of get bored. Like, and then there's a lot of empty space, and I don't really like empty space. Like, I like not being the room cluttered, but at least having items, like, so I'm not like bored all the time. So I have a little, like, something around the room to do. And if the house is way too big, then I won't be able to. So yeah, so there's pros and cons about having a giant house. But yeah, that's all I had to say about the Meta series in Netflix. So if you want to check it out, I recommend you do. The movies that made us and the toys that made us, I recommend you take your time and watch them. You know, like, you don't have to watch them all in one day, but it is possible. And yeah, I just let me know what you enjoyed. So if you do watch it or have seen it, let me know. Links down below to social media and stuff if I remember. So yeah, just contact me on there or just send me a message through Anchor. So that is all for now. Thank you all for listening, and until next time.